and go.
Go, go, go. Good morning, everybody. Happy CPI Day, Wednesday, June 11th. Oh, it's going to be Friday the 13th this weekend. That's also
Yes.
my birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
happy birthday, Matt. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy.
almost. Yeah. We'll see if the market can
Mm.
give a nice birthday surprise. So we'll see.
It's not a triple
But
witching Friday by any chance, is it? No, it wouldn't be. It have to
I
be
don't
the end of
think
the month.
so.
End
Yeah,
of
I
the
don't
month,
think
end of the
so.
week, end of the quarter.
All right, so CPI I
Right.
think is coming out right now. Oh, it's bumping the market there. $2, $3. Two. One.
Oh
Okay, yeah,
no.
it's just some volatility.
Oh
Just some volatility. No, it's positive. Yeah. So time to put on my
no. Oh no, because I
fibs
wanted to buy
here.
some stuff.
Uh, oh no, I thought the aliens were
Oh
getting you again.
no.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so 886, that's what I'm watching from the high to the low here, and it's fine, right? I think it looks like SPY does want to go back towards all-time highs. But again, the closer it gets there, the more cautious I'll be because there's going to be probably a lot of positivity in the market once it gets there, but then something might happen to shake it back down to a support zone. So can't really get too bullish at resistance, as we have learned with Tesla and other things, right? Don't get too bullish at resistance because they just like to destroy hopes and dreams sometimes. And QQQ, same situation, 886. And pre market is getting super close to previous all time highs. And that's really 540, 81. And we're at 536, 83. So it's super close to this previous all time high here. But I think the closer it gets, also be a little bit more cautious because it's not guaranteed to break above the first try. IWM, this is also moving pre-market here. Basically, I'm watching this. We can go to the Ichimoku. I'm watching the cloud right now, the weekly cloud. It's starting to enter the weekly cloud right now, which is good, right? 216.29, 216.30. So if it can actually close the week back inside the cloud, then this can start to break more and more resistance levels and then actually go to the 220 and 227 above. So really, really nice improvement week over week with the SPY. So 213 is holding nicely. And we'll see. We'll see how it closes on Friday the 13th if it does want to go inside the cloud and go towards the 220s and above. And then I'll just take a look here at Bitcoin, and no change. Still underneath the arc, still above the green level here, still in the same range. So there's no kind of breakout in the works yet, which really means everything is still range bound for the majority of crypto out there, even though things look all juicy and stuff. But I think we're going to just see possibility of breaking resistance this week if this momentum can continue. So I'll keep you guys posted, but still stuck in a range.
All right. Yay, Bitcoin. I don't know what to start with. Should I start with Bitcoin?
Yeah, you can start with Bitcoin.
8 hour chart.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my 8 hour chart, uh, once again, I'm using your magic fibs here. The 100% retrace from the 100,426 back up to the all-time high of 112,000. We're right here in this blue box between the 70.2 and the 88.6. If it can get over 110,681, that's when it'll start working on making a new higher high. And it'll take us inside this yellow box, either to the 127.2 at 115,000, or the 141 at 116,000. So that's what I'm looking for in Bitcoin. If it should drop below 70.2, below 108,551, then it will probably, I think it'll just do a quick liquidity grab back down here. This 50% retrace at 106,213. So I'm looking for either a breakout or a breakdown with which is just a quick liquidity grab. And for that reason, I haven't gone fully back into my Connell and MSTX, but I did, just in case, buy a little bit yesterday. I bought like a fifth of a position on both of those for me. And then I guess, hey, I'm tracker now, but I do still chart things such as Tesla. So here's my Tesla chart. Let's see how to describe this quickly. Basically, from this 100% retrace on the left, but from the 214.25 low back to this high right here, 368.30. We get these levels in red and blue. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm just looking for maybe it runs up to the 886 right here at 350.74. Right here, I guess I should write that down. 350.74. Come on, mouse. 350.74. And then it would test back down to the 70.2 again, 322.39, forming this range, the same kind of box I'm going to start drawing a lot because it's so useful between the 886 and the 72 retrace. So maybe from 350 back to what did I just say? 322.39. That's what I'm looking for in Tesla. Now, every time I was just telling Matt, ever since this bottom down here at 214.25, every time I said, I think the pullback will happen here, it hasn't happened. So just keep that in mind. I'm 0 for 5 now on predicting these pullbacks. All right, there you go. And then from there, my next major target for Tesla is at least 509.71, but maybe higher. But 509.71, 509.71 is what I'm looking for next. All right. What else should I do? And so good morning, Rumble
I
Belly,
got
Golden Parachute. Go ahead.
I got Tesla real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to show you what
Smart.
I'm seeing here. So here's my day over day Tesla, and linear scale is actually still telling a story here. So just going to look at this 321, and I did mention last night in the triumvirate that that's a good support zone, and sure enough, after the delay, it did go back down in that zone after hours overnight, and did hold. It did not even go back down to the 200-day or the 100. So it's continuing higher, right? And so now let's go look at the Tesla on log scale just to see where it's developing, and it looks like it wants to stay inside the cloud, right? It wants to stay, maybe get closer to the top of the cloud, and that kind of exists around 347, and that's basically the same range it was before this whole chaos, this whole maybe orchestrated chaos with Elon and Trump happened, right?
Yeah.
And it's really back to where it was. So it's getting closer and closer to that major resistance zone, basically 347. And that's also the linear scale fib right here, too, right? The 786, big number, 347.58, all the way up to maybe the 350s again. So I'm going to be more cautious there again because it could just ping pong back and forth inside the cloud for a little bit before trying to break out. But either way, this is still a bullish chart. This is a breakout. This is a back test. And this is a very bullish chart. It always was bullish, right? And how do we know
Hey,
that? You
Matt,
can just use the, yeah.
a little confluence for you here. That 886 back to the 618 zone. That 618 is at, I'm sorry, the 702 is at 322.39, very close to the bottom of your cloud there.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, like I think I said it yesterday too. This was always a bull market chart because it was a breakout and a big liquidity grab underneath the 50-week moving average, and it just back tested symmetrical support. So, like I said before, every time before the 50-week moving average was touched, it was still a bull market, right? And even going back way back in time, every time during COVID, even COVID, it back tested the 50, it was still a bull market. So it just did the same thing, right? That's all it did with this Trump and Elon move. It was just a back test of the 50-week moving average, and it held. So this is never a bear market. People that shorted that support zone, they were paying for it, right? Or if they panic sold, they pay the price because you don't really want to short a bullish structure. You don't really want to sell at a support zone because that's where you want to buy, and that's where I accumulated more. Under 291, and that was a good opportunity, right? I mean, anytime price flushes down like that, you should take an opportunity and buy it, not sell it. So now it's getting closer to the 340s, 350s above. So I can't get more bullish until this arc and this 353 flip to a support. So it's getting closer to that, guys. So basically, same range as the 3 weeks before, 4 weeks before. So nothing really has changed in this chart except a nice back test of all that support down there, and we're waiting for price to go higher. So 353, that's really the main target to break above to get more bullish now.
All right. I see a request for SMCI specifically from you, Golden Parachute.
Oh yeah, SMCI. I'll check that one out. We did a lot of requests last night, so maybe nobody has any more requests now. Let's let's see here. Oh, the 50-week moving average is trying to get broken right now for SMCI. And just like I said with Tesla, every time Tesla bounced off the 50, it was a bullish structure. And SMCI is the same way, right? Every time it kind of bounced off the 50, my green line right here, it was a bull market. So guess what? If it can reclaim that 50-week SMA this week, after being rejected by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before, right? This could lead to the birth of something beautiful. And if you put on the Ichimoku as well, it has the potential to start to get inside the cloud and maybe in the weeks to come. So something that was in dire straits before just went down to touch the 45-degree angle and hit symmetrical support perfectly. But this was a short bear market, right? So it does have potential now to get more bullish. And I'll be looking at that 50-week, which is right at 42.94. So close above that this week. That would be the first weekly candle close above it since it broke down basically back in July of last year. So almost a whole year it's been below this 50-week moving average. So this would be a very positive development in the right direction. So I'll be watching that the most for SMCI.
Thanks, Matt. If you want to do guys, I've got Oxy almost done here.
Yeah, I got I think I saw Oscar and Pepsi. Oh yeah, Pepsi, I think somebody asked yesterday and we might have skipped it.
Why is everyone talking about Pepsi?
But Pepsi, I don't know, because it's crashing, but people like to try to bottom fish. And when you look at the monthly chart for Pepsi, all you need is really to look at is the Ichimoku cloud, my arc, and the 100-month moving average, right? These three confluence, it was a bearish engulfing candle right where they all intersected, The arc, the 100, the cloud. That's not really a coincidence, in my opinion. This is something that looks like it's a breakdown. It looks like it's a breakdown. And that kind of means every time it goes back up to the 144, 145, I'm not saying it's going to go straight down because there could be a mean reversion back up here to the 145 first, and then maybe roll over and then head down to the 1.618 to backtest that zone in the future. Because look at this monthly cloud. When was the last time it was below that monthly cloud? It was a little bit right here, but it reclaimed it quickly, right? Right now, it's not reclaiming it quickly. It keeps on going lower. And right here, kind of, but it never really did. So you got to go way back for this monthly cloud to spend a lot of time. And it really, the only time was during the 1970s, right? The only time it was really a big crash was a V bottom in the 1970s. So ultimately, this is not a good look for Pepsi at all. And if it cannot reclaim that monthly cloud anytime soon, then I think it's just going to keep rolling lower and lower and go back to this 200-month moving average, 111, maybe the 1.618, 115, 62, and so on. So I don't like this chart. Also, you can use the Bollinger Band, right? You can use the as a guide how expanded it's getting to the downside. Like how Palantir is riding it as support on the way up. This is riding it as resistance on the way down. So it's still currently below that Bollinger Band, 132.60. So if it can't get back inside that Bollinger Band, the momentum to the downside could be more fierce and more aggressive. So we might not get a mean reversion anytime soon back up here, but it is possible. So people trying to bottom fish this, I don't know. It's just not my style. This chart is broken now, in my opinion, on the high time frame. And because it's broken, I would just stay away, right? I don't care about the dividend or whatever they have. I just think that this chart wants to go lower. And you can see so many back tests of that 115 before, right? Right here. Actually, only once. 2 months in a row, I back tested it with a big liquidity grab underneath. So going back down there to retest it makes sense because there's a lot more confluence in that area. The 200-month, the 115, and also my arc down here to retest that as a support. And since it broke out of the bottom arc here, it never really back tested it either. So all signs to me point to lower, but it might not go in a straight line. There could be a mean reversion back to the 140s first before it really wants to break down. But I can't get bullish on this chart until this top arc gets flipped back to a support. That's the bottom line here. So enough with that. Oscar,
Yeah.
I'll do that real quick.
Pepsi to the woodshed.
Yeah, woodshed. It's just like It's just like Neo or Nike. I just don't know about those companies sometimes.
Exactly, it's the
Oscar,
next Nike.
yeah, pretty much. Oscar, it's just stuck between the 100 week and the 50-week moving average, so this is fine. And you can see the baseline on conversion line is really at 1474, and prices really are around there pre-market as well. So because of that, I think this has potential to stabilize. Right, just keep on ranging in here before it's ready to break out above the cloud. So all price did after a massive breakout is just consolidate sideways through time, really, right? You can see, you can just draw like horizontal channel and it's just basically sideways through time. So instead of correcting through price, it just corrected through time a lot. And now we can see that to get more bullish, it's got to break above 1580 and 1718. But every time price was going lower down into the 12s and 13s, I've been buying. I've been buying. So Oscar, I think it's a good accumulation zone right now.
I agree. I'm in Oscar, though I'm about to rebalance my whole portfolio to favor all of my top performing stocks in my spreadsheet. And Oscar didn't make the cut, unfortunately, even though I'm really bullish on it. Uh, I've got Occidental Petroleum here. I hadn't done a chart of this in a long time, but now I've got the most beautiful chart because it's done completely in the new style that I do now. Thanks, Matt. So here's Oxy. Basically, I'm going to ignore everything the pandemic, from the pandemic low to the September 2023 high, then to this higher low down here. I think. Oh wait, did I hit that right? It feels like I missed. Oh, did I miss? Oh no. Sorry, I just that's the 7.6. Sorry, I'm I missed a pixel. I missed the one jump pixel. So let's see, that's 8720 to 9071. 8720 to 9071. Okay, so sorry about that. That one's wrong. I'll just make this quickly $61. No, 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 not that. Sorry, I had it already, then I noticed that I made a mistake. So I am expecting it to go next to somewhere either 8720 for the 764 extension. You can see there's already a sell order block while waiting there up there. And that kind of corresponds 786 retracement over here. So that's why I've got a target of 8720 to 9071. And then back down to $61. This is 6099 for the 382. Excuse me, from where price is right now, that would be about almost a 90% improvement, really. Maybe this is like peak oil or something. I don't know what's going to make Oxy go up or diversify into electrical, nuclear, or something else like that. Anyway, they'll have to change their name though. It won't be Occidental Petroleum anymore. It'll be OEC, Occidental Energy Corporation. There you go. That's what I see in this chart. Be cautious around, in 2035. 140, 152. That's the 127.2 fib retracement. Oxy. And then Ford. I've got a chart for Ford. Give me your computer. There we go. I hit F too many times. Here's my Ford chart. I guess they're going to get into the electric vehicle business, or if they don't, then it's not going to happen like this. But just from this pandemic low, 2587 high to this higher low at 844. The 382,236 is what I'm looking for conservatively. So that would be from where prices right now, just an improvement about 58% to get to $16.81. That's all I got for Ford for right now. We'll have to see if when we get closer there, ask me again. And then Sezzle, I'll try to do that real quick. SEZL, because I've got this one charted as well. Let's go to a 4-hour chart. Ooh, it's had some action since the last time I charted it. Let's see how I did. I predicted that it'd go to the 123.6 fib up here at 121.76. It actually went above that and then went kind of back down to it and then tested to the 100% fib. You know what it really did? is it did a 138.2. Let me change this to, oops, no, right here. I'm gonna change this to a 764 chart, and basically it skipped the whole 764,382. It never happened, and it ran right to the 138.2, tested back to the 100% fib at 103.26, and so the next move will be the wave 5 to the 238.2. So 60 is my next target for Sezzle, which is, no, go away. About ARGX. From here to there, that's a 69% price improvement for prices right now. 69% to 211.60. There you go, Sezzle. And back to you, Matt, if you want, or I can keep
Yeah, I got Crocs and UPS actually ready to go. So
right.
my Crocs chart here. It's trying to get more bullish, right? It's trying to get back above the conversion and the baseline here at the 105, 104 zone. It is up above their pre-market at 106.58. But as you can see, there is more resistance above with the 200-week moving average, the 618 fib, 108.38. So it's really just been range bound sideways for a while. So not really convinced it wants to break out. But the good thing about it, when you look at the monthly chart view here, that it maintained inside the monthly cloud. So we do have some higher time frame support down there at the 96. So if price ever did get back down there, it looks like it does want to hold as support. So I think it might just be spending time basically between the bottom of the cloud and maybe the 50-month moving average up there, 109. So this could be just the range for some months to come until it really wants to get more bullish. But as you can see, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row, it's been below that 50-month moving average. So powerful resistance, previous support right here, flip to resistance. So we can see that there is really no high time frame momentum to the upside right now until really it breaks above that 109, maybe even the cloud at the 112 zone. So I think it's just going to be range bound and kind of boring for a while. So basically your high time frame range is down in the 90s up to the 110 zone. And UPS here, take a look at this high time frame chart first, and this is the monthly chart as well, and it broke below the
UPS
200
is not going to deliver.
They're not going to deliver.
UPS is not going to deliver.
They're not, your packages will be lost. Yes. No. Basically, yeah, this is 200-month moving average lost. I did an inverse fib basically from this low to the high just to show you that it's back inside like the golden pocket range. So it's trying to get back above the 786, the 102.60. So this is important, right? This 786 is important. And we can see that if it does continue to close weekly candles below it, then there really is no flipping from a resistance to support. But the good news is when you look at the high time frame here with UPS on my monthly chart with just the GAN, what did it do? It back tested the orange level, right? Boom, boom, boom. Like ever since 2016, it's really been a support. Even before that, yeah, it was a breakout in 2013, back test, back test, back test, back test. So the good news is symmetrical support looks like it hit, right? So that is really $90. So I think that's our line in the sand zone of becoming more bearish or staying bullish, right? So this has potential to hold as support, but right now it's got a battle uphill. And the battle starts right now at 102.60. Then you got the 112. Then you got the arc to deal with at the 119 and all this. So it's not a bullish chart on the high time frame, but it could be a bottom for UPS. So maybe your packages can start to arrive on time.
Yay. Because mostly lately it's just been delivering pain.
Pretty
no,
much.
Hims is 542. Hims 50. Oh, I just have to look at this real quick. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I really want to buy Hims, and I don't want it to go. I don't want to go too higher. I want it to go lower. I'll just tell you guys right now. Optimal buy target for Hims is 52.30. That takes it back to this 50% retracement. Yeah, that's my optimal buy. That's where I'm hoping to get into HIMZ for double the gains. Let's see, what was I gonna do? Oh, Vivian Frank asked, she said, "Good morning, guys, EOSC and BFRG." Well, those are two good ones to bring up. EOSC, I've got a position in it, though may not make the cut for my new rebalancing. Here's my plug. If you guys want to see the new rebalancing I'm doing, subscribe to me. It's only $3 a month. And I've got this fantastic spreadsheet of all these high performing stocks ranked by which ones perform the best divided by time. So they'll give you more gains in less time. And EUSC is not in the top 20 actually. So it might get cut. And anyway, even though it's down here, I was expecting 2360 to hold at 449, and then we had all the news announcements that drove it a little bit lower. But good news, 0.4. I don't know what happened to my 11.4 fib. 0.114. Right here, it held 11.4, and so it just has to get back over the 236, and then maybe it could do 382, 236, like that. So, what my target right now really should be. Let's just see if it get to 537 next. So from where right now, price improvement should be at minimum 30% higher. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get there, and because of the slowness, that's why it's dropped down on my list, my rankings. And then BFRG, I'm glad you brought that up, Vivian. BFRG is having some movement. I've been watching it for a while. I've been watching its Bollinger Bands squeeze, and now the pushing up and out a little bit. So here is my BFRG chart, and you can see it's done this before, right? It's just kind of it'll go as high as about almost $2, like 197, 198, and then it drops back down again. So this could still be range bound, but if it can get a new higher high than 197, looking for the 764 target of 226 next. So from where prices right now, that'd be a mere 16% improvement. What this stock really needs is they need to announce contracts, revenue generating contracts, and then I think the stock will really move. Again, the whole premise of why I liked it so much, besides the science behind what they do, besides the fundamentals, it has a very low float of shares. So whenever the stock comes into demand, there isn't enough supply to go around. The price just absolutely screams upwards, and you can see it's definitely had that in the past. So anyway, that's what I'm looking for with BFRG. It's a long-term conviction hold for me, even though I'm rebalancing my portfolio. I'm still keeping the BFRG I've got, even though it's like way, way low on the rankings because of the time component. But there you go, BFRG. Let's see. Do you want to do the next one?
Yeah, I see some crypto here that people are talking
Please
about.
do that. People love crypto.
Yeah, there's Algo and there's AIOZ. And let's go take a look here. Where's my screen? There it is. So AIOZ, from the all-time high to the low, we can see that the 786 is a resistance right now, and it's been a resistance for some time. So it can't get more bullish until it breaks above that 43, 486. And then once it does flip to support, it does have the potential to go to the $69, $70 zone again for more resistance above. So it is trying to get more and more bullish here, but it's got to reclaim this 706 or 786 fib first before trying to go higher. So just really stuck in a range, trying to get more bullish, but currently it is just stuck. Algo, I'll go take a look at Algo as well on my chart here. So we can see that Algo is in the kind of the same position where it's trying to just build a base here, 1917, that 236 fib. It is holding perfectly, and that red angle, right? And now the potential to go up to the conversion line, 21, 22 cents is there. But again, this gray angle is going to pose as a resistance as it was before, right? It was a resistance before, it could never really break out. So that's going to be the target. The 22.5 cent, flip that to support, then it'll have the ability to try to go to 27, 29, 30 cent zone. But in order to go higher, this 1917 is the key to hold as support, because if it can hold, then this has the potential to keep going, right? So I think breakout backtest could be almost completed for that chance to go higher. And I do have a BNB chart as well here. And BNB, we can see that price is actually above the Ichimoku cloud, above my green GAN level. So I think BNB looks like it could be ready to take its next leg higher, but we can see from the 2021 high to the low, it's really not making all-time highs. It tried a little bit, but then it lost this angle right here, and it just came out. So it's really ultimately just range bound. So 704.60, you're not going to see any kind of breakout until this 2021 high gets broken as a resistance. So it's basically also been correcting through time for over a year, right? Just in the same kind of horizontal channel. And 704, right? Break above it, it goes higher. If not, just going to still be in the same range. Maybe the 630s up to the 704 tracker.
All right, Matt, I've got Big Bear AI here. It's been I this is a conviction buy for me as excuse me. I think I'm keeping a position in this one, but with my rebalancing, it's in the buyback zone that I outlined sometime after we peaked up here at 474, and then just running this retracement here from 235 to 474 and back. This time it didn't do it hasn't needed to go back to the 11.4, so I think it just might touch the 50% level here at 355. I guess I'll bring this right there. And you can see there's the moving average 75 on my 8-hour chart. So ideally, you buy it at 355 now, and then it needs to get back above 403 into this bang bang zone between the 886 and the 70.2% retracements. And then it'll sort of fight in there for a little bit and then break out. And then it should go to this 141 or 1272 next. My 382 is up here at 591. Maybe it just goes to 573 instead. So maybe I'll change this to 573 to 591. There you go. That's what I'm looking for next with Big Bear AI. That would be a price improvement from where price is right now. About 48% to there. If you were able to ideally buy it at 355, it'd be 61% higher to 573. And then what was I going to do else? Thanks for liking my new name, Golden Parachute, and Kim. You did the honor. Let me see if I can do ILMM. If I have this one, Illumina. I bet I had a retrace of it. Come on, load, you bastard. Oh no, I don't have it on this one. All right, sorry, I can't do that one. PanW, I had that one's at one point. Here's PanW. 8-hour chart. I'm looking at this one as being in the fifth wave already. It didn't make a higher. It did make a new lower higher low after the April 7th event, which is great. But I'm basically just looking for it now. Back then, it was 180 when we looked at it last. Now we're up here at 195.60. I'm looking for a 37% price improvement at minimum to the 2382 at 270.74, though it could melt up to 291, but don't be too greedy during those melt ups. Their sell orders filled into the wicks, so don't chase the wicks. But there you go, at least 37% higher for Pan W to 270.74 next. Let's see. I talked about hymns. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to get into hymns with a Z. INTC catching a bid finally. I just want to look at that real quick. Actually, instead of doing that, let me show you guys my number one stock pick, and then I'll let Matt finish off the show however he wants. DFDV. Here it is. So this is the stock that is at the top of my portfolio. So you guys can follow in with me if you want. DFD5, this is the one with the Solana backing. Right, I'm looking for, it's just going to go up another, is that right? 14%. Hang on one second. I just need to check something real quick. No. I'm sorry. NVTS. I'm getting all confounded in my head. NVTS is the number one stock on my portfolio right now. It's going the farthest, and it's already gone up in pre-market here. It's heading quickly for either 969 or 1060. I've got a target up here near the 123.6 fib at 1027. So about 26% more to go to the 123 points. Let's see. It's 25%. to the 127.2, it's 14%, somewhere between there. But on the overall, it's just screaming faster, higher, faster. I'm expecting to go to 1607 just for this 5-wave cycle, and then it restarts before before, like, the summer's even over. So that's 100 and no, let's see, 89% prices right now to 1607, and then it gets a new cycle because if you look at the bigger chart, it really wants to go to, here, just roughly, like $30, which would take it to that's like 283% higher, this year. Anyway, NVTS, my biggest, conviction holding. I thought about doing a one punch man. Like I just said, hypothetically, if I went into if I put everything into this one stock, my portfolio would do 535% better than, what my current portfolio is projected to do. And I've got all that written up in a post for my subscribers if you wanna subscribe to me and check it out. Alright, back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I'll just finish off with my Intel and Lemonade charts here since I haven't really shared those in a while. Intel, is it catching a bid? I mean, not really. It's basically just holding the symmetrical support down here as it has been since August of 2024 over and over and over again. That has been the zone, right? If ever to take a chance at Intel, it would be at that $19 zone or a little bit below. So right now it's approaching resistance. We can even put on some of the moving averages as well, and you can see it's right at the 50-week moving average getting rejected. So people usually get excited near resistance, and that's exactly the case. So yeah, it did have a 7%, 10% move this week so far, but it hit resistance, right? If you're going to get excited at support. Don't get excited at resistance. So there it is. Until that 2260 breaks, nothing exciting is going to happen with this chart. And LMND Lemonade, it's getting close to resistance too. I know people are getting excited about this chart as well, but the time to really get excited when it kind of broke out of the arc last week. It broke out, even back tested some zones, and then it just took off. So that was the time to get excited because the arc resistance was very, very powerful before, and it was set free, right? It opened the candle above, back test, and boom, on its way. Now it's getting close to resistance. I got to be cautious here because this blue level, 43, maybe the 50% fib, 4401, it's going to be resistance, and maybe it could get rejected here and come back down to the 30s again, 38, 39, whatever. Perhaps even retest the 45-degree angle too sometime in the future in the 34s or 35s before breaking out. So big breakout, nice back test of everything here. Now it's going for a lower high probably before it really tries to go higher. So could it wick above these levels into the mid to high 40s? Yeah, of course it could, but you know me, I'm cautious at resistance, more bullish at support. And with that, I think our show is over. So, Tracker,
Woohoo!
what say you?
Good job, everybody. Thanks, Matt. If you want to subscribe to Matt's Patreon, you can find all of his links on his profile page. And if you want to subscribe to me, you just hit the subscribe button, and that's it. We'll be back again tomorrow for
There's a
Thursday to see
question
how.
for you.
Oh,
There's a
oh,
question for you
shoot.
about Elliott Wave.
Let's see. When I do my EW, my elevated counts, do I differentiate from microwave, minute wave? I do sort of. I try to keep it simple. I usually just show 2 types, like I'll do a primary wave with a circle around it, the big circle, and I'll do my secondary to that, like, 1 degree lower with the parentheses around it. That's pretty much it. I don't do, like, the super complicated, like, going back to the beginning of time, Elliott wave counts with, like, the super giant, Roman numeral counts and then 6 different gradations under that. I just keep it simple to like 2, and even my Elliott wave counts aren't really traditional Elliott wave counts because I only show, like, the 1, 2 is a dotted line for the trend-based fib extension, and then my circle 1 is actually wave 3 subwave 1. My circle 2 is wave 3 subwave 2. Then circle 3 is all of 3, circle 4 is all of 4, and circle 5 is all of 5. So there you go. It's sort of like a shorthand version that I do, and that's it. Thank you for the question. And thank you, Matt, for the show.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, and Kat did a bang up job coding all of the time stamps for last night's show. If you're interested in looking go back and watch, or just pull up YouTube, video Frostbite's Triumvirate show and look for the timestamps for anything you want to see in particular. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Matt.
Yeah. See you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Good luck out there.